Normally, I could blame Harrison for any type of technical difficulties, but purely my bad this time because Harrison's not on, and my alarm didn't go off. Yeah, Adam was talking to Kayla, and I jumped up and I said, "Hey, bye," to get his attention, and then had to start. So I do apologize about that, but no, that's hey, we're only human, and we're allowed one mess up an evening, and that is our one mess up. But before we get started, the views, mess ups, and opinions expressed on this broadcast are not those of the SCV, its GEC, any division, brigades, camps, or other subsidiaries, or its executive director. So yeah, those are ours. And I hope everybody is having a wonderful Monday evening. I sure am, because the second busiest event of my year has ended. And I've actually spent the last couple of hours reading old copies of The Veteran that are available online under the membership by Adam membership portal of the Salesforce, as well as reading some old GEC minutes. I've been nerding out. That's what I was doing in the middle of all that, but waiting on Adam to get back in. But I hope everybody is having a great Monday evening. I'm looking through while I'm waiting on Adam to get back on. Dr. Sandy Mitchum, Derek Glover, several others, past Commander-in-Chief Chuck McMichael, who's the one who reminded me that we were running late. Kim, Wes Franklin, and several others. Past Commander-in-Chief. There, Adam's back. He was texting me what happened. He had some technical difficulties on his end as well. But it is the last Monday of the month, which means it is Hearth and Home episode. Our first Hearth and Home episode of the new year, because Adam could not be on last time because of some issues with the weather, if I am correct.
Yeah. It's a big ice storm. I think it hit pretty much everybody in the Confederation, but our internet was very spotty and it still hasn't improved much, but hopefully we can make it through this episode.
Well, it wasn't that.
I don't know if his internet's great because he's gone. I don't know what to do in this case.
Okay. Well, boy, howdy! Tonight is just a night of technical difficulties again. I was trying to open up the media assets so we could start getting into the pictures, and well, I ended up hitting the back button.
That'll do it.
Yeah, it will do it every single time. But you know what? The great news is it's almost baseball season.
Yep.
Hey, before we do get started on Adam's bit, do you want to take a moment of personal time to remind everybody in the Army of Tennessee that we do have the workshop coming up on the May 2nd. 2026. So if you're not a member of the AOT page, get on there. The registration form's on there, or you can reach out to Carl or Jimmy Hill, and they can get you the registration form. Should be a very good day. So, anyway, also we have Confederate Flag Day that is next weekend. So remember to fly your flags, and the reminder. When Michael Hurley was on a couple weeks ago, we have the Texas Monument rededication at Oakwood Cemetery. So, anyway, Adam, how are you?
I'm well. How are you, friend?
And I am good. How is Miss Kayla?
Oh, she's doing all right. She's running around the house doing something.
How's the cat?
Wild. So if you hear a ruckus behind me, there's a 4-month-old cat running around this house going crazy. It sounds like there's a bunch of wild cats. It's just one.
Mm-hmm. How's the dog?
Oh, Tweety's doing all right. He's got him a wood fire tonight. It's turned cold again here, so he's snuggled up by the wood fire.
And how are the chickens?
Oh, they're producing eggs. That's all I can say.
That's a good thing. That is good. So those are the animals on the homestead, the southern homestead.
You forgot about the 2 barn cats, but they're they're snuggled up with Twitty right now. So.
Well, I mean, I knew they were okay. I almost bought Kayla a goat the other day. There was somebody at work who was selling them. And I almost bought her one, but I figured you disassociate with me, and I just can't live with that.
Well, I know it would be hard to do, but some things I just can't stand.
Well, yeah, I know, Harrison. I know. We've already blamed you not being on the show for all the technical difficulties. But let's go ahead and get started, and we'll take a break in the middle of all this because we have 2 months worth of stuff to catch up on. So I think I have these in order from the way that you want them. One of them didn't turn the right way, but I'll go ahead and throw it up there and you tell me if I'm right.
Yeah, that one's not laid out right, but let's see.
Well, don't blame me.
It's not in the order either. So
it's not?
No, I think it is. I'm just
about to Don't do that to me, man.
We've got 2 months of images to catch up on here, and this was presented to the museum in December, just before Christmas. Trying to think, it was during our brigade Christmas party, and Derek Glover, our friend who's often in the chat, he presented this to us. This is a bill that we did not previously have in our collection at the museum. So what he has been doing has been looking for bills that we don't have on display, and he's donating those to our collection as he finds them. And this ought to be familiar to all of us that watch chat, because this is in the opening to the video SCV chat.
Yeah, there it is right there.
Now, yeah,
it's the John C. Calhoun $100 bill.
All right.
I remember when we first started that, you were on the bottom of the screen, and when John C. Calhoun always came by, it freaked you out a little bit.
Yeah, it did.
All right, and then we got what looks like a I know what it is. It's 1906 reunion medal, but
yes, it's a reunion medal, but this one's special because it belonged to a delegate, so it kind of differentiates itself from other 1906 medals. But what's so special about this?
Wait. Let's see if the guys in the chat see if they can guess what is so important about April 25th, 1906 New Orleans medal, UCV reunion medal.
All right. And who is the person on the medal?
I think I know the person on the medal.
This came to us the same night as the $100 bill, and one of our compatriots in Tennessee, David Daniels, donated this to us. I see one answer, 2 answers.
Yeah. Three past commanders and chiefs have
waiting on Larry.
Yeah. One more. Come on, Larry. All right.
All the answers are correct that I see. This was the date that the charge was given at the reunion in 1906. So this is it's a special day for our organization because of the charge that was given that date. So we like anything that goes along with that reunion. So
yeah, especially because that medal was there. I mean, it was more than likely in the room. When Stephen D. Lee, who was on the medal, gave it to us.
So definitely glad to have that, as we were about this scrapbook, Confederate scrapbook. This is a really interesting book because it was publication of a scrapbook that this young lady kept during the war between the states. And by 1867, they're publishing this book. And this is not something that we're putting in the library. This is something that we will hold back and put in our special collections. But I think the next picture is like the opening fold of the book, and you can read a little bit about it. It says it's copied from a scrapbook kept by a young girl during and immediately after the war, with additions from war copies of the Southern Literary Magazine and illustrated news loaned by friends and other relatives. Can't see the publication date on that, but it
It
begins.
looks like 1894-ish.
Yeah, so it's a good pre-1900 book, and it's a lot of information that researchers will love to see.
So it's not going into the library; it's going on display.
It will go in a special collection. So basically, it will go into archive
Okay.
use. So if someone requests to see it, we can go pull it from archives. And it's not something we want people just pulling off the shelf and thumbing through.
Right.
Since it's
Right.
a first edition.
Right, and it's a rare title. I had no idea that book even existed.
We do have a good reprint copy of it that's on the shelves that people can use to research. But in that rare occasion somebody wants to see the original, we have that one too.
Oh well, that is definitely cool. So now we come to
Oh, we've made it to January. So this was like the first week of January, if I remember correctly. Mechanized Cavalry had officers call at Elm Springs. And as part of the officers call, they brought me 100, and that's 100 boxes of books. And that's them bringing them into the museum, the library there. And we have been working, and I say we, I mean, Kayla has been working on sorting all these books. So right here, this collection that's here are all official records and I think the Southern Historical Society papers. These are all books that we need to catalog. And then the next section of books are books that are duplicate copies. So we do what we do with our duplicates, we sell those. So to raise money for the museum and the library.
do we have a duplicate copy of the OR?
We do not. Actually, our OR we're going to have to trash because it has some mold issues. So it's good that we found this OR and we're able to replace it.
Yeah, the OR is for those that this may be your first time looking or watching the show or not familiar with it, is the official. Yeah, I think the official title is the official record of the War of the Rebellion, which is compiled by the Yankee War Department after the war, but it has the correspondences from, I remember doing research on one from correspondence of General Forrest, for example. But it's supposed to be all the correspondence after the war or not after the war, during the war, as well as after action summaries. And it's good firsthand resource material if you are looking to, write something or try to find out more about a specific battle or engagement. For those that don't know.
And all the time, one thing that I guess it's growing pains, but the museum, the library, the archives, we're running out of space of where to put things already. So I scour gov deals and able to find some cheap filing cabinets from the library I used to work at. They were getting rid of these lateral files. So I think I got the whole collection for $10. And when I got them back, I found a $5 bill in the bottom of this one. So got the lot for $5, and they're usually $500-$600 if you buy them brand new. So trying to save the organization money when I can. And Kayla and I donated those, the cost of those to the museum. So
yeah, all $5, making Lincoln work for us.
Absolutely. So we're working to put all of the loose Confederate veterans that we have, and we have pretty much every Confederate veteran, I think, from the beginning to current. So any loose copy that we have, we'll be putting into archival folders and then putting them in these lateral files. So,
I can't, because I've got some. Did I give you the old ones from the office?
I think you gave me some. Yeah.
Okay. Because I was wondering if because we're still all spread out between houses. I think I have some, but definitely as you get those, if we need a duplicate or if we're missing one, I'll check and see what we got. But then that continues us in January to.
Kayla and I were fortunate to go to Lee Jackson Day in Lexington, Virginia, which of course is in Stonewall Jackson Cemetery by the grave of Stonewall Jackson and his monument. So I brought greetings on behalf of the Sons of Confederate Veterans in our headquarters And while I was there, I met some guy looked an awful lot like Tony Griffin. Hey, it is Tony Griffin. So good to see him there.
It's hard. It's hard to recognize him without his little unicorn tiara.
I'm not going to go there, but it was good to see him there. There was a great crowd there for this event. It's always a very good crowd. It's always a little chilly. At least it didn't snow this year. One year I went and it was snowing. It's really one of my favorite places to go to a Confederate memorial service, especially all the history around Lexington.
It's definitely on my bucket list. Speaking of snow,
then the ice storm hit, and I was talking to Forrest Dawes the other day. He came by HQ on like a whirlwind tour, was there for like all of 5 minutes, and he wanted to know how we made it through the ice storm. And I said, I take complete blame for the ice storm because I started going to the gym, and not only did hell freeze over, the South froze over, but here we are. We thawed out, and again, growing pains. This is the first winter that we've had a gate on the property, and the gate froze, so we couldn't get access to the property
I was about to ask. So hell froze over, the South froze over, and the gate froze over.
And the gate froze over, so we had to come through the front gate for a couple of days.
Ooh, I bet that was fun.
Yeah, it was up that slippery hill.
Did you fishtail any? Did you fishtail any?
No, my little 4Runner did pretty good.
And of course, with the ice storm came the cleanup.
The cleanup, and this is a picture from today. Actually, my dad has been volunteering, cleaning up the property, and he sent me this picture. So this is the last load. So he's got the property cleaned up, and appreciate everything Dad's done to volunteer his time and services. And that's the cool thing about my family. When you get one of us, you get all of us. So you get Kayla, you get my dad, you get everybody else that come and help. So,
well, Kayla's worth 10 of you.
That's absolutely right. I agree with that.
I mean, everybody talks about how we lucked out when Adam became executive director. Yeah, we did. Adam's a great guy. Love Adam to death. One of my best friends. Going to be a groomsman at my wedding. I need to mail you that thing, by the way. But we got Kayla. I mean, that's, even though she hates Boshears, you can't really put a price on that.
Yeah.
But you thawed out and you continued to travel.
Well, we thawed out and we went up to around Paducah. I forget that Benton, Kentucky is the name of the town we went to. And it was the Western Brigade of Kentucky Division, their annual Lee Jackson Day. And I was their keynote speaker and had a great time, great fellowship with them, and ran into another GEC member up there. There's Father Tom Hyder, and he had the great distinction of swearing in all their new officers for the brigade. So that's what he's doing here.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to the Bluegrass Brigades, Lee Jackson banquet and keynote it, and that was the weekend that the ice storm hit, and I saw that it was going to be 17 degrees as the high on the day of the banquet, and I was like, I don't know if I can make it. And just as I was about to send the message, I got the notice that it had canceled. So, kind of bummed out. But I'm looking, but I'm looking forward to going to Kentucky in July. So
that's going to be nice, and we don't have to worry about the ice bothering us in July. That's one thing for sure.
Well, before we continue on, we're going to go ahead and take our quick commercial break. Do want to remind everybody that our commercial breaks are sponsored by, sponsors. First of all, are our folks on Patreon, SCV, or patreon.com/SCV_chat or SCVchat.com. Under the About Us, you can join our Patreon for any level that you want. We have the $2.50 feed a moose a corn dog. And, for $2.50 a month, you can feed a moose a corn dog because he is a poor, broke, starving college student. But yeah, so $2.50 a month gets you access to our blog post, which I'm working on one right now that'll go up either tomorrow or Wednesday. Then we also have the $10 SCV Chat Real Chat Head section, which We're working on a potential deal for the first 600 people that pay over the $10 level. Working that out right now, just trying to make the math. So there's something potentially with that. We have the $30 month merch tier, which you get special items that even we don't get. One of them is a poster. One of them is a coffee mug, a different sticker than the real Chad Head sticker. Just really interesting items designed by us. And then we have our $80 a month corporate sponsor level. And I do want to shout out to our corporate sponsors. The very first one is the museum at Market Hall, home of the Confederate Museum since 1899 in Charleston, South Carolina. If the flag is out, they are open. Their normal hours are Thursday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Beautiful museum. They've got a new display coming in April that we'll talk to the actual set up a time and talk to the museum staff about it. So be tuning in for that. Also, we have Beauregard's Tailor. Beauregard's Tailor is a War Between the State authentic reenacting sutler. And they do more than just War Between the State stuff. They got some old Republic stuff. I think he's starting to get into the Revolution. But he does extreme amounts of research on the things that he reproduces, from uniforms down to whether it's a specific Tennessee regiment or Mississippi regiment or Georgia regiment to the depot system. But he also, if you're not a part of the living history community, he also has items like this Mississippi infantry button shirt, as well as different flags from various units. That one, of course, being the 44th Mississippi shown there. So go and look at Beauregard's Tailor.shop and support Andrew because he's supporting us. Everything that he does is very, very top shelf as far as his research goes. And of course, we've said this often that the SCV is supposed to be the one-stop shop for Confederate history as far as being knowledgeable. And if we are going to do that, we need to have the things that represent our ancestors the best. So whether that's uniform and a color guard, or even a shirt like that would potentially open the door to talk about the SCV. We also have Todd out in California with the 31st Regiment engraving. Different things that he offers. Harrison has often shown off the wristband there. I'm actually about to possibly purchase another one of those card bottle cap or bottle openers because I lost mine. And various other items. So definitely, especially if your camp's looking for a new challenge coin, or something along that level, give Todd a shop. He is SCV member. He's got a bunch of great Southern heritage items. And we'll talk about him a little bit more later on, but don't miss Larry's McClooney's, past Commander Chief Larry McClooney's latest book, Paradox of Freedom. You can get that and his other books at booksbylarry.com. That includes Gunboats, Rivers, and Bayous, the On to Vicksburg, the Yazoo Pass, and Beauregard's Defense. All the books that Larry has, booksbylarry.com. Also, if you want to schedule him as a speaker, make sure to reach out to him there. You can, his contact info is on there. And of course, Dr. Chris Cummins, MD. Dr. Chris Cummins is a member of the SCV. He's past Surgeon in Chief. I forgot that until I was reading some of the old veterans today. But definitely, if you are in the Upper Mississippi area or Lower Tennessee area, especially within driving distance of Oxford, and you need a new doctor, go see Dr. Cummins. He will give you the good feels with the touch of Southern hospitality. And of course, our Patreon. So if y'all will just bear with me, we'll be right back after this quick commercial message.
I've always been proud of my Confederate ancestry, but I never pursued becoming a member of the Sons of Confederate Veterans. It all changed in 2017 when I saw New Orleans take down their Confederate statues. Those monuments come down really lit a fire inside of me, and came to the conclusion I needed to join the Sons of Confederate Veterans. It's a domino effect. we give in on this, it's just a matter of time before they start taking down Thomas Jefferson and George Washington. We need to draw the line in the sand right now. These are our Confederate monuments. These are our Southern heroes, and you're not going to take them down. Our museum is going to be funded 100% by the Sons of Confederate Veterans. The history, the narrative that we present will be the narrative that we write. So it will be our story, our museum. Right now, if we do not protect our heritage and present it as it truly was, it's going to be lost forever. We're going to tell the true story here. I'm Adam Southern, and I'm a proud descendant of Private Alfred D. Southern, a Confederate veteran.
Larry, I think he's asking about a discount. If he buys all your books at one time, will you give him a discount? But boy, howdy, has that commercial got some age on it.
The executive director has some age on him, rather.
No, that's what, like 5 years ago, 6 years ago,
6 years ago now.
Yeah, that's see how far our museum has come from, you know, how far our museum has come from those steps. You know, like we didn't even have the stained glass up, and now here we are with a several display items that we're talking about, a good stocked library, you know, things that we have that we ought to be proud of because it is our hearth and home. You know, so many times we show the forest video, there is a place. That was actually pretty good. Nestled in the rolling farm hills of eastern Tennessee. Middle Tennessee. Anyway, we show that one so much, and we see that, and we remark about how the museum has grown since then. But, you know, looking at how the museum has grown really since you did that video, I believe that was when Larry was Lieutenant Commander in Chief in his first set.
He was, yeah. That was I was brand new. I just started with the SCV when we did that.
Yeah,
we've been there a couple of months.
Yeah, and well, that was before National in Mobile, right?
Yeah.
So just looking at that and how far our organization has come, how far our museum has come, and just how much more progress we have to make. Is the beautiful thing. You know, we're not done yet. You know, and yeah, that's always good because we're moving forward with it. It's not like, you know, we're sitting there going side to side. We're moving forward. But continuing on with our slideshow of the evening. I don't want to play a Carl video right now. Sorry about that. All right. So when we last checked on Adam's updates, he was in Kentucky, but now.
Well, now I'm preaching. Don't worry, I'm not picking up preaching. I am still executive director, and in that capacity, I went to Glendale Baptist Church near Culleoka, Tennessee, and I spoke to the local UDC chapter in Columbia. They were meeting there at Glendale this weekend, and gave them a presentation about Company H, and told them some stories about Lee and Jackson, and at the end of it, they presented me with a $500 check for the museum. So,
hey, you could buy 100 filing cabinets for that.
We could, yeah.
What else they give you?
They also gave me an engraving of I've gone blank. Our vice president,
Alexander Stevens.
Alexander Stevens. But it was kind of this. I would say this came out of a book. This is probably an engraving that came out of a book and has a printed signature on it. But it will go great. We have one of the plates that came from his home, one of his pieces of china, a dinner plate. We'll put this beside that dinner plate and make a nice little display. Add to that display we already have.
Yeah, I mean, there's Alexander Stevens really, you know, takes a sideshow to history a little bit, like most vice presidents do, unless like the president, you know, ends up dying.
Right.
and it's so often misquoted. If y'all go back and find that video we did of um, reaction to that one video where we debunk, the cornerstone speech as well as other things. One particular YouTube video did. You can learn a little bit more about Stevens there, and then I guess y'all are doing some more renovation to the house itself.
We are. I mean, our ongoing entry hall project is finally coming to a conclusion. We had a donor at the end of last year call us and say, I went on a tour of your Elm Springs recently, and the guide was telling me about the entry hall project, and I'd like to see how much it will cost to buy all of the wallpaper. And I said, well, it's going to be pretty expensive. This is a period correct wallpaper, and it's printed in England. And he said, well, just give me a price. And it came to be about $8,900. He said, well, I'll send you a check. And he gave us the check to buy the wallpaper, and it is in. So we have scheduled installation, and they can't be there until probably 3 weeks from now. But that will be going up in the entry hall of Elm Springs, and that will bring to a close that part of our renovation project. Now we can move over to the double parlors of the home.
Darling, if you're watching this, we are not putting that wallpaper in our house when we renovate.
Well, you got to remember our entry hall is massive. The entry hall is, I think, 950 square feet, which is bigger than my first house. So,
I'm still not putting that wallpaper print up in my house. Hopefully the child will like it.
The child may like this, yes.
Remind it. So we have a couple of events coming up. Of course, this weekend is the S.D. Lee Institute, right?
Yes, absolutely. So we're heading to Raleigh for the Stephen D. Lee Institute, and they have five great speakers. So if you're signed up to come to that, I think you're going to have a great weekend. I'll be there. I'll have a merchandise table with things from headquarters and some SCV merch for the members that will be there. So looking forward to seeing everyone. We have, last time I checked, over 60 attendees, which is great. That's the most we've had in a long time.
So, yeah, that's pre-COVID numbers.
Right.
So I'm glad to see that it is catching up. But we also have I guess this is an inaugural event coming up at headquarters.
First time ever. We have a book festival, and I thought, who else better to name it after than Sam Watkins, since Sam was from Columbia, Tennessee, where our headquarters is. We're having the Sam Watkins Book Festival, and as part of this, we'll have a used book sale. We talked about the duplicate copies that we have from the library. Well, we have a back stock of probably 2,000 books that we'll have for sale on March 14th during this book festival. But we'll also have, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I hate that I will not be able to make it. We have a workshop in Mississippi that day that I'm helping put on. So you get to see my beautiful smiling face.
We'll miss you, but we'll have a lot of good books for sale. And we'll also have some authors there. We have 2 confirmed. We're still working on getting a surprise author or 2. And one of those surprise authors, if I can work it out, is Sam Watkins' great-granddaughter, who also updated and revised his original Company H using his original copy and his original revisions. So if we can get Ruth Hill McAllister there, I think it'll be a great event, and just still trying to nail her down. But 2 authors that we have booked. One is a man that's no stranger to us, Mr. Larry McClooney, and he'll be talking about his new book, Paradox of Freedom, The History of Black Slaveholders in America. And we kind of talked about that earlier, since he is a sponsor of the program. But he'll be there speaking on March 14th at Historic Elm Springs. And our next author is Shelby Harrell Heidelbaugh. And she wrote a great book called Behind the Rifle. And it's about women that served in Mississippi during the war between the states.
Yeah. If you get a copy, don't lend it to Harrison, because he will sell it.
So do I need to pick you up another copy?
No, he needs to pick me up another copy.
Okay.
It's the principle
But
of the matter. No, I've known both of them for years. Of course, Larry, past commander in chief, but Shelby did a lot of research. And if she gives her normal presentation, it's very well documented. I'm not going to give anything away, but um, of it. But there's one really interesting aspect that she found in a Mississippi newspaper, or not aspect, but story in a Mississippi newspaper that really defeats the narrative of some of the stuff that our detractors like to say about Confederate soldiers and things of that nature.
But yeah, so like you said, this is the inaugural event. This is something I would love to grow. It's kind of something we came up with just 3 months ago, and just thought, well, we have all these used books. So let's try this out. Try to get something together. We can sell some books. But the more I'm thinking about it, I would love to see this grow into be a big festival with more authors, more speakers, and have it be an annual event.
Yeah, well, you have to have an inaugural before you can have an annual.
Right.
Next year will be the second annual.
Right. There's no such thing as a first annual.
Yeah, it's inaugural. Yeah,
which gives me into another pet peeve of mine.
Yeah. Hey, so did we do the dessert party this year? The Valentine's Day dessert party?
We didn't. It was kind of a weird time, and that Kayla's dad passed away, so we didn't have a lot of time to get anything planned. So it's kind of good we didn't have one scheduled, and kind of brings me up to a good point. I appreciate so much the love and all the SCV members reaching out to Kayla and myself during our recent loss. It's really meant a lot to us, and it really is a brotherhood in this organization, and we're all family, and y'all have treated us as such, and we appreciate it.
Yep. Definitely understand where you're coming from on that. But well, what else is in the plans up there at headquarters? Even though we're out of pictures, but not out of time.
Well, we have of course GC meetings coming up March 7th. So if you're an SCV member, you're welcome to sit in on those members. So we'll get to see some of our compatriots from the far reaches. Everybody will converge to headquarters on the 6th and 7th, and we'll have the meeting on the 7th. And after that, the 14th will be the Sam Watkins Book Festival. And then the next big event at headquarters will be our annual pilgrimage coming up first weekend in May.
Yeah, which is also the same time as the AOT workshop. So
yeah, it sure is. And they do have a humdinger of a speaker coming this year. I saw where Teresa Roan will be the speaker for the pilgrimage. So I would go ahead and make your plans to be there on May 7th. If you can.
Oh, the 7th?
Oh, excuse me. Did I say not May 7th? It's
May 2nd.
2nd. Yes, May 2nd.
I was about to say if it's the 9th, because the 7th is on a Thursday.
Yeah, it's always the first weekend of May.
Yeah, always Kentucky Derby Day.
Yes, it is. So, but Teresa Roan's a great speaker, and if you live in Columbia or any area south of Tennessee, you might not get a chance to see Teresa that much, but she doesn't travel that often to this area, and it's always a good time to see her speak, and she always has a powerful message. So be sure to come to Columbia and hear her here on May 2nd. And also we'll be, I think we're having it at the Lee Monument this year on our property. And we'll be laying the floral tributes there. So be sure to bring your wreath, bring your camp's wreath if you want that represented. And I kind of agree with what Charles said. It's sad to see conflicting events, but it's good that so many things are going on. If there's conflicting events, that means we have a lot going on in the Confederation, and that's good. That's what we need.
Right. It gives everybody a chance to be involved and do something. You can't be everywhere at once, but like I said, it's a good chance for everybody to to get involved, whether it's a workshop or memorial service, something else, it's a good opportunity to be involved with, the organization. Because back when I joined the Masonic Lodge, I got my master's degree. One of the old guys on the sidewall said, now that you got this, you get out what you put in.
Very true.
And I've tried to do that with every civic organization I've been a part of to remember that.
Not just Masonically, that's every organization that you're a part of. You get out what you put in. And we've had some good comments come in. It looks like Commander Kennedy says we're going to dedicate a bench to HK that day, on the Pilgrimage Day, so May 2nd. Be sure to be there. And they're also having a flag retirement ceremony at the Nathan Bedford Forest Boyhood Home. And that's the same day, March 7th, the same day as our GEC meeting.
Yeah, which that's only, a 40-minute drive?
Right. It's only 30, 40 minutes from headquarters.
I've only been up there once. Hopefully I can make it again in June. No, July. June?
That'll be the next event. The third weekend in June will be the Boyhood Homecoming. And that's always a good time.
Yeah.
A lot of good speakers, a lot of vendors, Southern vendors, and they always have good grilled hamburgers. And it's just a good day to go out and enjoy the fellowship.
And ice cold sun drops.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had a sun drop in a while. Lord, I'm going to have to stop at the curb store on the way home. So anything else? Are y'all doing? So I know we've talked about the pilgrimage coming up. I know we'll talk about it some more in the March and April episodes, but any specific flowers or trees or things of that nature?
Yeah, we're always needing dogwood trees. Kayla's always asking for oak leaf hydrangeas to be brought to the property. And luckily, our mowers have been pretty good this past year. They haven't mown anything down, but some of the trees that we get, the deer have been killing them. They'll just pretty much rub them into the ground. So I need to either kill some deer or...
I was about to say, the best way to stop the deer from killing them is kill the deer.
That may be what happens, but
that may be an interesting fundraiser.
Yeah, that's something Kayla's always said. You need to sell a raffle on getting people up here to a chance to hunt at Elm Springs. Hey, we can do raffles now.
We can?
We can. The GEC approved that or brought it up last meeting in March. That was in October. Yeah, in October. They found out that we can do raffles. So look out. We'll be doing some raffles pretty soon.
Yeah. A hunting trip to Elm Springs. They'll even let you stay in the haunted room with the child.
With the child. But there's also a Cam-Am spotter that was donated to the Sons of Confederate Veterans, and we're going to do a raffle sometime on chances to be the owner of this new Cam-Am spotter. And it has been personalized, has hand-painted drawings of Robert E. Lee and Confederate scenes on it. So it's a neat little spotter. That would be the only way I can get on a bike is if it has 3 wheels.
Yeah.
But I don't know about having the 2 wheels in front. That's kind of throwing me.
Well, have you tried it yet?
I've been on it. I've not driven it. No.
Don't. Because then you put miles on it, and
Oh, well, we do crank it up occasionally to keep it running and bring it out during car shows. So
you got to. I mean, I'll tell you after the show. The images just went in my mind. Nothing inappropriate. It has to deal with a flamboyantly dressed member of the staff who's needing a campaign vehicle. Yeah.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, Lord have mercy. Trying to think of anything else.
The Alabama Education Conference, I know, will be in March. And I talked to Jimmy Hill about that today. It's March 28th. And if you're wanting to attend, you need to send in your registration now.
Same weekend as the Missouri Division reunion.
I know it. I'm going to miss the Missouri Division reunion. This is the first time since I've been executive director that I will miss the Missouri Division reunion, and that's because Jimmy Hill booked me a year in advance to speak at the Alabama Education Conference.
Well, they had me last year, and they just needed somebody better, but kind of looks like me.
Yeah, just somebody wanted to look like you, basically.
Yeah. Like, well, no, somebody with a better talk. What are you talking on?
I'm speaking about Freemasonry during the war between the states.
Oh, I'm going to have to go. And also the Chaplains Conference is March 28th.
Oh, yeah, that's coming up. I forgot about that.
Well, and again, that's what we're talking about. The fact that, we're getting a lot of events on the calendar just means that, our membership can get as busy as they want to. So that's good. That's very, very, very. Combined Federal Campaign. We still out of that?
We are not a member of the Combined Federal Campaign anymore. No.
Okay. I just, again, reading old veterans and was wondering if, do we know how to get back into that?
We can, but it's going to take the divisions helping us out because we have to be able to say that we're doing work in 13 different states. And so I need people to tell me what they're doing in other states.
So remind everybody what that is.
It's for federal employees where they have a giving program through basically as part of their payroll, they get to give money through their checks, direct deposit. So it's a great way to get federal employees to donate to us, and that includes military. As you know, a lot of our members are military, so
let's just
reach them directly. And it's
now, do they have to pick Sons of Confederate Veterans, or just goes to just divided?
No, they have to pick Confederate veterans.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
and it was always good for a couple of years. And Paul can tell you about CFC being a member of the USPS, but it was always good for a few thousand a year. But the last year that we went to apply, we didn't have any information to be able to apply. I have to know what's going on in other states, what these divisions have done to raise awareness or give money within their divisions.
Well, when is the deadline for that?
It would be, I'll have to check again. It seems like it was always in the spring.
Well, I mean, that if it's always in the spring, especially with National Reunion coming up, the end of the fiscal year coming up, division reports being due, this is a good chance for us to go ahead and redouble our efforts, or not even redouble, but restart our efforts to help Adam, so we can get involved back in that, because I'm all for taking Uncle Sam doesn't mind my views and opinions. Uncle Sam doesn't mind, and his government swill doesn't mind taking money out of my check, so I might as well get some of their check back to us.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we are doing stuff. Our camps are out there, our brigades are out there.
Those divisions are doing things, but they're just not reporting back to what we're doing, reporting back what they're doing. We do the worst job of telling our own story, even today. The good work that we've done, because there's a lot of good work that the SCV does in the communities we're not highlighting. So we need to shed a light on what we're doing, and we can do that and then help us with the CFC as well.
All right. Well, that brings us to 7:56. Adam, I appreciate you coming on as usual. Looking forward to hearing an update. Hopefully, next update we get is that all 13 divisions rather, have submitted works that they are doing, so that we can go ahead and potentially make your job easier, get back on that. Also, remember it's regular tax season for us. So think about, remember while you're doing your taxes, check on your 990 stuff. I'm not exactly sure when those are due, But make sure you're filling those out. Make sure you're keeping your nonprofit, everything up to date. Adjutants. Yeah. Adjutants.
Yep.
Make sure you're doing that. Keep everything rolling smooth. Don't give the federal government a reason to hate us more than they already do.
If you're a new adjutant, sign up for the adjutant training with
Yes.
Eric Betty, and that's very worthwhile. It
Yeah.
will
Well,
benefit you tremendously.
And that's the other thing. If you've had any changeovers in officers, remember we have a change of officer form. Headquarters needs that, especially with National Reunion coming up, because on your credentials form you've got to have either your camp commander or camp adjutant sign off on it. Otherwise you won't be able to vote. So when they're checking that and they see Bob Smith is the new camp commander, but Harold Jones was the old camp commander, there's no update in the system, you're not going to be able to vote. So now would be a good time to get on that.
I agree.
So anyway, that's going to conclude tonight's program. Remember that we have tomorrow, Tennessee Tuesday with Josh Blankenship and Residential T-Rex, past Commander-in-Chief Jason Boshears. Sure it'll be a great episode. When I grow up, I want to be able to talk on camera like Josh does. John does. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I apologize about that. Wednesday, we have Look Around Florida with Sean McFall, and Moose will be back on Thursday for Look Around. I was just cleaning out the emails earlier. I know he's got some stuff that he has missed, so I'm going to be getting on to him. I don't know if it is a candidate's question or if it's a regular look around, but he's going to get to those. Also, remember to support our sponsors, because our sponsors are supporting us. The museum at Market Hall in Charleston, South Carolina, home of the Confederate Museum since 1899. Give them a visit.
They're partners in our museum.
Are they?
Yeah, they have items on loan to us.
Good. Well, I figured, and the staff there, I think it's still owned by the UDC. UDC Chapter 4. Mm-hmm. And I'm really, really thankful for the partnership that we've started with them. Actually started reading the book that they sent me about he was a captain who was in charge of Battery Wagner in South Carolina. But yeah, give them a chance, give them a look at remember Beauregard's Tailor, not one stitch back. Again, authentic uniforms, very well researched, different modern items like lapel pins and t-shirts. Andrew actually sent me some stuff to display on the show, so you get to see that next week. It arrived at my house today. Remember Todd and 31st Regimental Engraving, 31strengraving.com. Larry's books, he did say that he has the books as low as he can mark them right now, so there's no real deal, but if you order them all, he will help you with the shipping.
And come see him in person on March 14th.
Yes.
His work in Springs.
Yes. And you can get those books at booksbylarry.com. And, of course, Dr. Chris Cummins there in Oxford, Mississippi. Also, big thank you to all of our folks over on Patreon who help us keep the lights on, including Adam. He is a patron member. And remember, until next time, in the words of the late and great Harold Philpotts, no Fumar in the elevator. And Rudder Frop.
Rudder Frop.